Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Andrew Stott and I'm the Emperor of Stomaria. Today I want to discuss why we take Stomaria so seriously. So this is something that's levelled at me very frequently, that I shouldn't take Stomaria as seriously as I do, and I should treat it more like many of the self-defined micronations out there. It should be a joke, a parody, a part-time hobby. Now, these self-defined micronationalists, these joke nations, these parody nations, these part-time hobbyist nations, they don't understand what Stomaria is. They don't understand what we are trying to do, because if they did, then they wouldn't make these sorts of claims. Stomaria is striving to build a genuine nation and a genuine community, and these individuals are the first to sneer at such a suggestion. But nevertheless, we are making steps, we are making strides, we are actually accomplishing what we set out to do. We have built ourselves up from where we were, a flag in the corner of my living room, to where we are now. And in another few years' time, we'll have expanded further and faster across the British Isles and beyond that. And this is something that these people just can't wrap their heads around. They're perfectly happy getting dressed up, wearing all of these different medals and all of these fancy titles, prancing about and live in a fantasy, but they have absolutely zero interest in actually establishing a community, a society, a civilization, a nation. This is not something that they have any aspirations to accomplish, and this is very self-evident, and you only have to look at any of the myriad of self-defined micronations out there to know that. It is all a joke, it is all a parody, even if they don't say it out loud, it is clear to see. And that is why Stomaria does not identify as a micronation, because 99 out of every 100 we've ever come across are all the same. They all want to play pretend. They all want to live their day-to-day lives, dipping in and out of their micronation when it suits them, and then dissolving it when they've had enough, having not taken a single step towards trying to establish a genuine nation. This is why Stomaria is different. This is why we talk about things that actually matter. This is why we do things that actually matter. This is why we have outlasted so many of our detractors and will continue to do so for many decades to come. And this is why we have the following that we do. We have invested, over the last 5 years, tens of thousands of pounds into making Stomaria what it is today, to lay the foundations on which Stomaria itself will be built. And over the next following years, we will be investing hundreds of thousands of pounds into pushing us forward even further. And eventually, in the not too distant future, we will have a permanent boots on the ground community that have their homes in Stomaria, that have their families in Stomaria, and have their work in Stomaria or in any of the member states of the wider empire. It's about acquiring more land to provide for more people, generating our own energy, supplying our own water, growing our own food, building our own homes, and more besides, all the while utilising our own money, hosting our own gatherings, festivities and events, and establishing our own identity. This is something that I have talked about for years, and we have taken great strides in pushing all of these values and objectives forward, and this can be seen compared to where Stomaria was and where it is now. I am building a team of visionaries, of people who believe, as I do, that we can do better. We can establish a community, a society, a civilization, a nation, an empire that revolves around family, freedom, and fatherland. That revolves around loyalty, honour, and courage. That revolves around sustainability, personal liberty, and social responsibility. It's these sorts of people that I want to work with. People that want change, that have it in their belly, this fire to actually go out there and change their little corner of the world, but want to do it with other people, like-minded souls like us, who have the desire and the drive to change the world that we live in. So they can go off and declare their wars and investigations and embargoes. They can claim that teddy bears are citizens of their nation. They can claim that their family pet is the head of state. They can claim that the bits of paper that they printed off at home is actually a medium of exchange. They can bestow their titles and award their medals to everyone that they bump into. They can claim continents or planets or fictional realms. None of this has any relevance to us, and engage in these sorts of activities before fading into oblivion like the thousands before them is of absolutely no interest to Stomaria. And more to the point, I am under no obligation, under any circumstances, to acknowledge, work with, or respect such entities in any shape or form. We are building a nation and forging an empire, while they're running around in clown shoes. We are not the same. Stomaria is different. I do take Stomaria far more seriously than most, and no amount of snide remarks posted online from people that I've never met nor will ever meet is going to dissuade us from accomplishing our goals and to continue to show people how to build a genuine nation in the modern world. If you want to learn more about Stomaria or play an active role in our development and expansion, visit our website at www.stomaria.com and find out what it means to be a Stomarian.